Okay, good evening everyone. Good evening Nishtha, good evening Shailesh, good evening Ashma, good evening Tanmay, Krishna, good evening Jayesh, good evening Nishan. Good evening to everyone. Okay, and why would you say it like that, Ashma? Okay, good evening Dhanvi. Okay everyone, so let us get started with the today's class, okay? And we will be solving the questions for the GK and okay. Okay. Good evening, Mustaq. Good evening, Meera. Good evening, Rudra. It's your birthday today, no, Rudra? Very happy birthday, Rudra. Many, many happy returns of the day. Very happy birthday. Yes, I remember. It's Rudra's birthday today. Happy birthday, Rudra. Good evening, Bhagyashree. Okay. So let us get started with the today's class. Yes, we have that also, Vikram, in the next class. Okay. Okay. So let us get started. So why do living things need energy? The question number 1 says, why do living things need energy? Living things need energy to grow, to play, to exercise, or all of these. So we are doing the first question. Okay. So the question is not visible. Okay. Yes. Why do living things need energy? आपको आंसर मार्क करना है. What is the reason living things need energy for? So energy living things को या living beings को क्यों required होती है? To grow, play, exercise, all of these. Okay, everyone is answering D over here. Good. Okay, so why do living things need energy? Living beings need energy for the 3 purposes. जितने भी आपको purpose दिए हुए हैं, to exercise, to play, to grow, सभी reasons के लिए ultimately what do we need? Energy is required. Okay, so right answer we will have for the question is energy is needed for all of these, to play, grow, and to exercise. Second one, the removal of waste substance from the body is called. The process of removal of waste substance from the body. कौन सी process है जिसके through body के जो waste होते हैं, the waste from the body are removed. Okay, you are answering D, Dhanvi. So does Bhagyashree answers. Okay, rest of others we will have a look. Quickly mark your answers. क्या क्या आंसर होंगे? Reproduction, respiration, breathing और excretion. Good. 14 of you answered correctly. So the process of removal of Shailesh, Prajay, you marked A. Tejas, you marked C. तो बेटा correct answer होगा excretion. The process of removal of waste substance from the body. Body से waste substance removal का जो process होता है, that is called as excretion. Respiration and breathing, they are together. Okay, so we have to keep in mind it is respiration. Excretion. Question number 3. Which of the following is not a characteristic of living organism? You have to tell which of them is not a characteristic of living organisms. इनमें से क्या living organisms का एक characteristic नहीं है? Growth, movement, do not need food and respiration. Okay. C. Many of you are answering that for the third question. The answer is C. And let us have a look. What is the right answer here? Poll is here only, Rudra. Good. First, very good. Nishan, Rudra, Maitreya. What will be the right answer for the question? Characteristic of living being is they do not need food. Living beings का क्या characteristic नहीं है? The question was mentioning not. So living beings do not need food. That is not a characteristic of living beings. We are living. We need food. Plants also need food. They synthesize their own food. Okay. Next after this, which of the following is a structural and functional unit of life? Which of the following is a structural and functional unit of life? तो किसको हम कहते हैं structural and functional unit? What is the structural and functional unit of life? Matter, cell, organ or tissue. What is the structural and functional unit of life? Okay, 11 of you answered correctly here. तो आपको यहाँ पे याद रखना है structural and functional unit of life क्या होगी? Cell. Cell is referred to as the structural and functional unit of life. सेल कंबाइन होके किसका फॉर्मेशन करते हैं? सेल कंबाइंस टू फॉर्म टिश्यू. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू रिमेंबर, हमने स्टडी किया था अबाउट टिश्यू इन द ब्लड. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ टिश्यू इज ब्लड? यस एवरीवन, व्हाट काइंड ऑफ टिश्यू इज ब्लड? एनीवन रिमेंबर्स? यस मीरा. Connective tissue. Okay, you remember. Nice. So blood is what kind of tissue? Blood is a connective tissue. I was asking what kind of tissue is blood. तो blood हम study करते हैं. Blood is a fluid connective tissue. Okay, then tissues combine to form organ and organs combine to form organ system, and organ systems give rise to organism. So the structural and functional unit of living organism is cell. Fishes move about in the water with the help of. Fishes move in the water with the help of. What helps the fishes to move in the water? What helps the fishes to move in the water? Option A, mouth and gills. Option B, legs and scale. Option C, wings and tail. Option D, fins and tail. क्या हेल्प करता है फिशेस को टू मूव इन द वाटर? गुड, 14th of you have answered correctly. So right answer over here we have is fishes move in the water with the help of what? With the help of fins and tails. Fins and tail help the fishes to move in the water. Wings तो fishes के पास होते ही नहीं है. That makes option C incorrect. Legs also they don't have. Mouths also they don't have. And how do gills are associated with swimming? Gills are not associated with the movement or swimming. So right answer we will have is option 5. Option D, which of the following animals live in land as well as in water? Question number 5, which of the following animals live on land as well as in water? The water में as well as in land, which animal lives? We have here okay. Good. 17 of you answered correctly. Very quickly, Rishikesh. The right answer we have is frog. Frog is animal that lives on land as well as in water. Okay. And the animals that live on land as well as in water, इनको हम कहते हैं amphibians. What do we call it? Amphibian. So frog is a amphibian. Okay. Frog is a amphibian. Okay. Since we are discussing about frog, तो couple of things we will discuss about frog. How do frog breathe? फ्रॉग को ब्रीदिंग में क्या हेल्प करता है? स्किन एंड यस मॉइस्ट स्किन एंड करेक्ट आशमा, दैट्स राइट. ओके, सो यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड अबाउट द रेस्पिरेशन ऑल्सो. ओके, द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आफ्टर दिस, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग aquatic plant is completely submerged in water? Which of the following plants is completely submerged in water? इसमें से कौन सा प्लांट जो है वो completely submerged होता है water में? Which plant is completely submerged in water? Mark your answers. Correct. The right answer we have over here is water hyacinth. आपको याद रखना है, water hyacinth is completely submerged in water. Okay, so correct answer we will have for the question water hyacinth. Water hyacinth is a plant that's completely submerged in water. Next is, which of the following is not a terrestrial habitat? Soil, tree, ocean, desert. Soil, tree, ocean or desert. Which of the following is not a terrestrial habitat? Yes, your answer is correct, Tripti. Which of the following is not a terrestrial habitat? So terrestrial habitat क्या होता है? Like land. Land is a terrestrial habitat. Aquatic habitat would be correct. Okay, ocean is an example of aquatic habitat. Ocean किसका example है? It is an example of aquatic habitat. सॉइल, ट्री एंड डेजर्ट, ये सब लैंड में प्रेजेंट होते हैं. सो दे हैपन टू बी द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ terrestrial habitat. On the other hand, ocean is an aquatic habitat. Okay, question number 9, what is the primary function of scales on fishes? Option 3 upper page में है, and here you can see this is the option D. So what is the primary function of scales on fishes? That help them to swim, that keep them warm, that protect themselves, and that attract other fishes. What is the main function of the scales on the fish? Fish के ऊपर जो scales present होते हैं, what is the use for them? Everyone got the answer? Okay, we'll create the poll. What is the use of scales? Okay, here everyone is answering D. Okay, so Rupa, Tanmay, Dhanvi, Bhagyashree, and beta scales. What is the difference between scales and fins? What is the difference between scales and fins? Anyone knows it? किसमें help करता है? Look, if we try to understand it, so fins help in fishing. Okay, ऐसे जो scales present होते हैं, okay, my drawing is not good. So the tail and these structure, these are fins. So fins and tail, it will help in swimming. Okay, and ये जो scale like structures present होते हैं, okay, they help in protection. They help to protect the fish from predators. तो आपको क्या याद रखना है यहाँ पे? You have to keep in mind that fins and tails किस में help करेंगे? They will help in swimming. On the other hand, scale help in, correct, it helps to protect the fish. Good, Nishan. Next is, an animal lives on land as well as in water. It has a tail and its body is covered with the scales. This animal is. An animal lives on land and in water. It has tails and its body is covered with scale. This animal is. Okay, mark your answers. Okay, good. Let us have a look. Sixteen of you answered correctly. तो यहाँ पे आपको क्या ध्यान रखना है? The right answer we have for the question over here is crocodile. Okay. Yes, the right answer we have for the question over here is crocodile. Crocodile is an animal that lives in land as well as in water. वो land में भी रहेगा और water में भी रहेगा. And the body of crocodile is covered with scales. उस पे क्या present होते हैं? Scales are present. If we'll talk about frog, frog पे scales present नहीं होते हैं. Frog has skin. Okay. Yak has one of the following on their body to keep their body warm. This is. Frog also lives rich. Frog भी water और land पे रहता है, but frog के जो बॉडी पे स्केल्स प्रेजेंट नहीं होते हैं, ठीक है. फ्रॉग के बॉडी पे स्केल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, देयर स्केल्स आर नॉट देयर. ओके, द नेक्स्ट वन आफ्टर दिस, व्हाट डू याक्स हैव दैट हेल्प टू कीप देयर बॉडीज वार्म? ओके, सो धनवी, नितिन, भाग्यश्री, तन्मय, all of you are providing the answers. You answered D, Aarti. Okay, let us have a look. What will be the right answer for the question? 13 of you answered correctly here. तो यहाँ पे देखिए याक्स पे क्या प्रेजेंट होता है? याक्स हैव हेयर्स. ओके, द हेयर्स ऑन देयर बॉडी दैट हेल्प टू कीप देम वार्म. ओके, याक्स हैव हेयर ऑन देयर बॉडी, और वो हेयर क्या करते हैं? हेयर हेल्प्स देम टू कीप वार्म. सो दिस वेरी importantly you have to keep in mind. Next is sunlight, water and air are. What kind of habitat are they? Sunlight, water, air, ये कौन से habitat है? Are they biotic habitats or abiotic? Sorry, component should be. क्या वो biotic component है और abiotic component है? कौन से components होंगे? सो बेसिकली व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ बायोटिक कंपोनेंट? जो भी लिविंग कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं हमारे इकोसिस्टम में, वी कॉल देम बायोटिक कंपोनेंट. लाइक प्लांट्स, अस, एनिमल्स, माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म, दे फॉर्म द बायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स. बट व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एबायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स, तो एबायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स क्या होंगे? द नॉन लिविंग कंपोनेंट्स, दे फॉर्म द एबायोटिक कंपोनेंट्स. ओके, correctly answered. So sunlight, water and air, they are non-living in nature, so they form the abiotic components of the ecosystem. So यार हमको रखना है that right answer would be option C. Next is the non-living thing among the following. जो भी आपको options provided हैं, which one of them is a non-living? Non-living means once again, okay, you have to keep in mind it is about non-living. Correct, Tripti. Abiotic was the correct answer. Okay, you are answering C for the 13th one. Okay, so let us have a look here. Tree, grasshopper, they are living. Okay, why you mark day, Rushikesh? Tree is very much living. Grasshopper is living. Dog is living. A log piece. Log piece मतलब एक wood का piece. ये कैसे होगा? It is non-living in nature. Correct, Rajesh, Nitin, Tanmay. Okay, Tripti, Bhavyashree, Maitreya, Omkar, Omika, everyone has answered correctly here. The right answer we will have is option C. Next is which of the following things cannot move by itself? जो आपको option दिए गए हैं उन options में से which of them cannot move on itself? तो again the question or the part is about living or non-living. The living things are able to move on themselves. On the other hand, a non-living thing is unable to move on it itself. So this is a very simple question. Okay, there was not much to discuss into it. Cycle cannot move on its own because cycle is non-living. Rest of others are living. So right answer we will have for the question is option D. Next questions. This question is very important. Question number 15. The leaves of which of the following plants fold upon being touched? इनमें से किस plants की leaf जो है fold हो जाएंगी when you will be touching it? Mango plant, money plant, mustard plant और mimosa plant. So कौन सा plant होगा जिसके leaves को जब आप touch करोगे so the leaves get closed हम कहते हैं, या फिर leaves मुरझा जाती हैं. हिंदी we use the term leaves get closed और leaves are folded. Okay, so mark your answer. Sense organs में भी हम इसके बारे में पढ़ते हैं. So there also you have to keep in mind. Okay, the right answer what we are going to have for the question, mimosa plant. Mimosa, or the plant is also called as touch me not. If you know the plant in Hindi it was called as chui mui, and in English it is called as touch me not. So touch me not का जो plant होता है, okay, that gets closed upon being folded. So right answer we will have for the question chui mui. Correct, yes. In Bengali also Maitreya we call it chui mui. I remember you told me last time. Good evening, Shailesh. Okay, so the right answer would be that. Question number 16. Air, water and rock are, once again a very simple question. What kind of components are air, water and rock? जल्दी जल्दी सभी लोग इसके लिए आंसर प्रोवाइड करेंगे. Are they biotic components or are they abiotic components? Are they biotic components or are they abiotic components? You can increase the strength if the screen is not clear. Okay. Okay, what happened, Bhargav? You marked by mistake. Okay, so have a look here. कौन से components होंगे? और air, water and rock. Air, water and rock are abiotic components. They are non-living. All the non-living components are considered as abiotic. तो right answer क्या होगा यहाँ पे? They are abiotic components. Okay. Good. Next is cactus plants live in the terrestrial region of. Now आपको हो सकता है ऐसे questions लग रहे हो कि ये तो बहुत simple है, they are very simple, but if you remember the last year, this year only in the Sainik School 2023 exam, the question was asked about the camel, that where does camel live, or name or a desert animal. That was the kind of question. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind. So ऐसे question जो habitat से associated है, they are very much asked. So cactus plants live in. Okay, where do cactus plants live? In which habitat we can very commonly find the cactus plants? That you have to tell. Okay, everyone is providing the answer. Good. The right answer we will have for the question, cactus plants live in which habitat? Cactus plants are found in the desert terrestrial region. हम उनको कहाँ पे find करते हैं? We find them in the desert terrestrial region. Cactus plants, they are found in desert terrestrial region. Next after this, cold-blooded animals which are active at night are. Which of these animals are very much active at night? Frog, crocodile, camel, lizards. Frog, crocodile, camel, lizards. Okay, so nocturnal animal, ऐसे animals जो रात के समय active होते हैं, we call such animals as nocturnal. For example, owl, sorry, not oil. Owl is a nocturnal animal. Owl is very much active in at night. D, correct. Okay. तो आपको यहीं से अब क्लियर हो रहा है when it is saying active at night. So from here only we are clear. For animal that is active at night, we have to keep in mind lizard. Lizards are very much active in night. Okay. So the right answer we will keep in mind lizard. Lizards are active at night and they are cold-blooded as well. Next one, plants that live in pond are. Which plants live in pond? Hydrilla, lotus, cactus, acacia, pine, deodar. Or then you have the next one, none of these. So which plants live in pond? Correct. Tanmay, Dhanvi, Rupa, Bhagishri, Nitin. It's correct. Very good. Okay, and after this, Omkar, Vikramaditya, Sarvagnya, Abhinav. That is also right. ओके, हाइड्रिला एंड लोटस. पॉन्ड में आपको कौन से मिलेंगे? aquatic plants, the plants that grow in water. Cactus and acacia, we find them in the desert regions. Pine and deodar, we find them in the normal conditions. Hydrilla and lotus, you have to keep in mind, we find them in the ponds. They are aquatic plants. Next is part of cactus which is responsible for photosynthesis. A very important question. Okay, ये बबूल के जैसा एक पेड़ होता है, ठीक है? बबूल नहीं होता है बट बबूल के जैसा एक पेड़ होता है. Okay, acacia. Next after this, the part of cactus which is responsible for photosynthesis. Which part is responsible to perform photosynthesis in cactus? Because cactus में क्या होता है आपने देखा, the cactus plant contains spines. Cactus में leaves नहीं होते हैं, it contains spine. So when the spines are there, तो photosynthesis कौन perform करेगा? That part become very important. Who is going to perform photosynthesis? So many nahi, most of you answered incorrectly here. In cactus, plants are modified as leaves are modified as spines. So who is going to perform photosynthesis? The task of photosynthesis is performed by stem. So let us draw a picture. Okay, so this green colored structure that you see, that is actually the stem, and the stem has chlorophyll in it in order to perform the photosynthesis. तो आपको ये याद रखना है. And leaves are modified as spines. Leaves किस में modified हो गए? Leaves are modified as spines to reduce the loss of water. तो cactus में you don't remember it, Rishikesh? This was the first chapter we studied in our classes. This was very much back. हमने first chapter जो था वो यही study किया था. Okay, so stem is responsible for performing photosynthesis in cactus. The next question after this, the process by which living things obtain energy from food is called. By which process living things obtain energy from food? The process by which living things obtain the energy from food. What is the process called? Quickly, mark your answers. So breathing, reproduction, excretion or respiration. Okay, breathing, reproduction, excretion or respiration. Okay, so let us have a look over here. The right answer we have for the question is respiration. Respiration is the process जिसके through क्या होगा? The living things obtain, living beings obtain energy from the food. तो ब्रीदिंग क्या है? ब्रीदिंग इज एक्चुअली एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेस. आप ऑक्सीजन को इनटेक कर रहे हो, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को रिमूव कर रहे हो फ्रॉम योर बॉडी, दैट इज ब्रीदिंग. रेस्पिरेशन क्या है? द प्रोसेस बाय विच ऑक्सीजन यूज हो रहा है टू टेक आउट द एनर्जी फ्रॉम द फूड दैट वी हैव ईटन. ओके, दैट प्रोसेस इज फूड से एनर्जी लेने का जो प्रोसेस है दैट हैपन्स ड्यूरिंग रेस्पिरेशन, सो यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड इट इज respiration. Next is apple and neem tree are xerophytes, hydrophytes, mesophytes or none of these. Apple and neem tree were xerophytes, hydrophytes, mesophytes or none of these. What are apple and neem tree? किसके examples हैं? You quickly have to tell. Yes, Abhinav, I saw some students are talking about games in the class. And that's very wrong. You should focus entirely on the class. Okay, so apple and neem. आप इसको यहाँ पे note कर लोगे. These are xerophytic plants. Sorry, mesophytic plants. Okay, what are xerophytes? Write down everyone. Many of you marked incorrectly here. Xerophytes grow in desert conditions. Hydrophytes grow in aquatic condition. And mesophytes grow in normal conditions. So they grow in normal condition. The neem, the apple, they do not grow specifically in desert. Okay, so right answer we will have is mesophytes. Okay. Okay. This actually, Ashima, we are solving the question banks. Okay. So question bank में this is one chapter. हमने अलग-अलग way में इसको पढ़ा था. So entirely we are solving that chapter. Question chapter number 8, a relation between plants and animals. Okay. Okay. The next one after this, dogs and cats reproduce by laying eggs, by giving birth to babies, by producing seeds, or none of these. How do cats and dog reproduce? Okay. Does that really happen, Srushikesh? Because I was not aware of this until now. Okay. Dhanvi, Bhagashri, correct. That's right. Okay. So how do dogs and cat reproduce? Dogs and cat reproduce by giving birth to the young ones. Okay. They give birth to the young ones. The young ones of dog are called, पूछा जाता है ना सैनिक स्कूल एंट्रेंस एग्जाम में, the young ones of dog are called, what do we call the young ones of dog? Puppy. And what do we call the young ones of cat? The young ones of cat are called as kitten. Okay, the young ones of cats are called kitten. Good. Next is the surrounding where animals and plants live is called. The surrounding where animal and plants live. That surrounding, what do we call the surrounding? Component, habitat, habit. Component, habitat, habit. Kitten is right. The surrounding where plants and animals live. Okay, correct, Tripti. Rupa, Dhanvi. Okay, 15 of you answered correctly here. The surrounding where plants and animals live, the surrounding is called as habitat. Okay, उस surrounding को हम क्या कहते हैं? Habitat. The surrounding जहाँ पे plants and animals live करते हैं. Okay, that surrounding is known as habitat. Okay, the next one, blank is a characteristic of all living organism. सभी living organisms का characteristic feature क्या होगा? Habit, breathing, growth, none. Both of them are answer. Okay, let us discuss it here. All living things grow and all living things breathe. So right answer we have is both the options. Okay, all the living things grow, all the living things breathe. So right answer we have is both B and C. Yes, okay, both B and C. Both the living things grow and both the living things, all the living things grow and all the living things breathe. Good. Next one, animals and plants have certain features which make them to survive in a particular condition, in a particular habitat. Okay, this is called adaptation, speciation, specialization or evolution. तो कोई भी प्लांट और एनिमल जिसमें कुछ सर्टेन फीचर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं दैट हेल्प द एनिमल और द प्लांट टू लिव इन अ पर्टिकुलर कंडीशन, व्हाट इज दैट थिंग कॉल्ड? ओके, उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? फॉर एग्जांपल वी डिस्कस्ड दैट फिश हैव गिल्स दैट हेल्प्स इट टू सर्वाइव इन वाटर, फिश हैव fins and tail that help the fish to swim. So what do we call them? Cactus में क्या है? Instead of leaves, spines are present to survive in the desert conditions. So what do we call such things? They are called as adaptations. हम उनको क्या कहेंगे? We call them adaptations. So animals and plants have certain features जो उनको help करते हैं to survive in the particular conditions. So what are these particular features called? They are called as adaptation. For example, a cactus is adapted to live in desert condition क्योंकि cactus में क्या हुआ? The spines are modified. Sorry, the leaves are modified into spines. So that is the adaptation. In addition, cactus has extremely long roots. That is also adaptation. So we have to keep in mind. Okay, the right answer we will have for this is adaptation. Okay, this question a biotic one. So we know here bacteria is not a abiotic component. Next one, which of the following is an example of animal found in mountain region? Which animal is particularly found in mountain region? Mountain region पे कौन सा animal हमको commonly देखने मिलता है? You have the options: leopard, yak, mountain goat. Leopard, yak, mountain goat. Okay. Tripti, Dhanvi, Bhagyashree, Tanmay, all of you are answering D here, and the rest of others, they are also answering D. Maitreya, Vignesh, Omkar, Bhargav, Ashima. So you have to keep in mind leopard, yak, mountain goat, ये सभी कहाँ पे मिलेंगे? We'll be finding all of them in the mountain region. So the right answer we have is option D. Which of the following are characteristics of desert plants? Look, right now only we were talking of adaptations और आपको options में adaptation दिए गए. So you have to identify इनमें से कितने adaptations हैं या कितने characteristics हैं which are there for desert plant. Okay, the first option says no leaves or very small leaves, spines, deep roots, all of these. Spines, deep roots, or all of these. Okay, so let us have a look. What will be the characteristics in the desert plant? Desert plant में हमको क्या देखने मिलेगा? A desert plant will have almost no leaves or very small leaf. For example, we see in cactus there are no leaves. In place of leaves there are spines, so spines are there. It has very deep roots because deserts में क्या होगा? Water level is very low. So in order to absorb water, it has very deep roots. So right answer we will have for the question is all of these. What will be the correct answer for the question? All of these, all the three of them, they are the adaptations of desert plants. Okay, next is respiration in aquatic animals take place with the help of. The question आपको इसके फॉर्म में आ सकता है that respiration in fish is an aquatic animal. How does respiration in fish takes place? ये भी आपको क्वेश्चन में यहाँ पे पूछा जा सकता है. Okay, okay, C you are providing C as the answer. No, C would be incorrect. Respiration in aquatic animals. You have to solve for 31st one. Now everyone is providing B. Okay, let us have a look here. The respiration in aquatic animals किसके through होगा? It takes place through gills. तो aquatic animals में the primary example you have to keep in mind fish. Respiration in fish takes place with the help of gills. तो correct answer क्या होगा यहाँ पे? Option B, gills. Next is which is an aquatic adaptation. Aquatic adaptation इसमें से क्या है? Streamlined body, light and hollow bones, hair on body और gills. Aquatic plants के लिए, sorry, aquatic animals के लिए which is the adaptation here? Okay, streamlined body, light and hollow bones, hair on body, gills. Yes, there are two answers here. Okay, the first answer is streamlined body. Streamlined body होती है. Okay, and there are two answers, correct, and they have gills. Okay, so these two answers are there. The aquatic adaptation, streamlined body and gills. Light and hollow bones हमको कहाँ पे मिलते हैं? In birds we find light and hollow bones because birds have to fly, so their bones have to be light and hollow. So this we find in the birds, and mainly आपको याद रखना है streamlined body and gills. They are the adaptation in aquatic animals. And hairs on body, this is a characteristic feature of mammals. Okay, next after this, bending of stem towards sunlight. Okay, bending of stem towards sunlight. Whenever a stem bends towards sunlight, what do we call it? यहाँ पे आपको बस term को read करना है. If you are reading the term very carefully, you will be able to provide the answer. तो जब भी कोई प्लांट ग्रो करता है तो आपने ऑब्जर्व किया होगा स्टेम ऑलवेज बेंड टुवर्ड्स द सनलाइट. तो इस फेनोमेना को हम क्या कहते हैं? जस्ट यू हैव टू रीड द ऑप्शंस केयरफुली. ओनली इफ यू रीड द ऑप्शन केयरफुली you will get the answer. Okay, let us have a look. Correct, many of you answered correctly here. Phototropism. Okay, the bending of stem towards sunlight, उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? It is called as phototropism. PHOTO. Phototropism. Photo refers to here sunlight. Sunlight के लिए we use the term photo. नेक्स्ट इज व्हाट आर द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ डेजर्ट प्लांट. तो यहाँ पे हमको ध्यान देना है डेजर्ट प्लांट्स की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक क्या है. द ऑप्शंस आर हियर स्पाइन्स, डीप रूट्स एंड वी हैव नो लीव्स. स्पाइन्स, डीप रूट्स एंड नो लीव्स. व्हाट आर द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक वी कैन फाइंड इन द डेजर्ट प्लांट्स. ओके, गुड. Yes, everyone is answering D over here and D is also the correct answer for the question. So there you go. What are the characteristics of desert plant? Desert plants की characteristic है all of them. Okay, spines, deep root, leaves. तीनों ही हमको किस में मिलेंगे? All the three of them we find in desert plants. Next is which of the following plant is found in desert area? Mango, cactus, peepal, neem. Which of the following plant can be found in the desert area? Okay. Which of the following plant can be found in a desert area? Question number 35. So let's have a look. Correct. Desert area में कौन सा plant मिलेगा? The plant that can be found in a desert area is cactus. Cactus is a plant that is found in the desert area. Next is which system provides shape and strength to human body? Which system provides shape and strength to the human body? How does human body get strength and shape? So जो human body का कौन सा system है basically the question is asking, that would work for this. Option A you have over here. Muscle system, skeletal system, nervous system or circulatory system. Which system provides a shape to the body and strength to the body? Okay, let us have a look at the answer. The right answer we have for the question is, look, many of you are answering muscle system, but question यहाँ पे आपको carefully read करना है. Question is saying shape. Muscles do not provide shape. Yes, muscles हमको strength provide करते हैं, but muscles do not provide shape. A system that provides shape as well as strength, shape and strength, वो दोनों ही provide कर रहा है. It is skeletal system. Okay, skeletal system provides shape as well as what? It provides, it provides shape as well as strength. So shape as well as strength you have to keep in mind. The correct answer we have over here is skeletal system. अगर only strength आपको कहता, in that case it would have been muscles, because muscles do provide strength, but the question is asking for strength as well as. Okay. The next question, generally the underground part of the plant is. What is the underground part of the plant? Stem, leaf, root. Generally. Okay, question ने पूछा है generally. So generally means usually, हमेशा, ज़्यादातर. The underground part of the plant. Which is the underground part of the plant? Everyone has to answer quickly. कुछ conditions में जो stem होता है वो भी modified होता है and is present as underground part, like we see in sweet potato. Okay, but the question is saying generally, so you have to only stick to what? We have to only stick to the normal cases, क्योंकि उन्होंने term क्या use किया है? Generally. So in that case, root is the underground part of the plant. Okay, but in certain conditions आपको question भी आया है, like we study in potato, sweet potato, modifications of stem, all of that. Sometimes stem is also the underground part of plant. Next is, which of the following grows from root? Potato, sweet carrot, ginger, sweet potato. Which of them grows from the roots, or which of them is a root? mark your answers or write your answers. Okay, all the above is not the answer. All the above तो ऑप्शन भी नहीं है. ओके यहाँ पे आपको याद रखना है बेटा कैरेट. कैरेट इसमें से क्या है? बायोलॉजिकली कैरेट इज अ रूट, पोटैटो इज अ एग्जांपल ऑफ स्टेम, पोटैटो इज अ मॉडिफाइड स्टेम. ये क्वेश्चन आपको पूछा भी गया है. ओके, पोटैटो इज अ मॉडिफाइड स्टेम. द क्वेश्चन हैज also been asked to you, so here root is the correct answer. Okay, we skipped 37. Just let me have a look. Yes, we did. Okay, coming back to the 37 question, we skipped it. Which of the following plants do not have a medicinal use? Neem plant, aloe vera plant, tulsi plant, potato plant. Which plant do not have a medicinal use? Medicinal use का मतलब इनमें से कौन सा प्लांट है जो मेडिसिन के फॉर्म में कभी भी यूज नहीं किया जाता? तो आप देखो नीम हम हमेशा मेडिसिन के फॉर्म में यूज करते हैं. ओके, नीम इज ऑल्सो यूज टू कंट्रोल पेस्ट्स एंड ऑल. Aloe vera is also very much beauty cosmetics. Aloe vera is a major component of that. तुलसी को भी हम यूज करते हैं चाय में, काढ़े में तुलसी को ऐड किया जाता है. बट potato has no use in medicines. Potato is not a medicinal plant. Potato का मेडिसिन में कोई भी यूज नहीं है. So the right answer we will have is option D. Question number 40. A person might faint if his heart does not get enough blood to. Okay, when is the condition a person can faint? A person can faint when a person is not getting, his heart does not send enough blood to his. Okay, D answer everyone is providing over here. D option आप लोग provide कर रहे हैं. Let us have a look. What will be the correct answer here? Feet, kidney, liver and brain. तो याद रखना है brain को. Okay, it is very much required to get sufficient amount of blood, sufficient amount of oxygen. And अगर heart properly blood brain को supply नहीं कर रहा, in that condition a person can even faint. So right answer would be option D. Next question. This question we have already done. What helps in removing waste from the body? So excretory system. Excretory system helps to remove the waste from the body. A fluid that moves through the vessels of circulatory system. Which fluid moves through the vessels of circulatory system? We done it Ashma just very much at the beginning. I think third या fourth question ही था वो previous one. Okay, so we had done it. A fluid that moves through the vessels of circulatory system. कौन सा fluid move होगा? Very simple. Circulatory system में तो हम एक ही fluid study करते हैं. Why it will be bile and saliva? Fluid is blood. Okay, blood grouping हमने कल ही रिवाइज किया था. ये blood grouping, who discovered blood grouping? Karl Landsteiner. Who is the discovered blood circulation? William Harvey. ब्लड के हमने सेल्स भी डिस्कस किए थे. लाइफ स्पेन ऑफ आरबीसी 120 days. हीमोग्लोबिन कंटेन्स आयरन. सो ब्लड इज अ सर्कुलेटरी फ्लूइड. सलाइवा हेल्प्स इन डाइजेशन ऑफ स्टार्च. सलाइवा किसको डाइजेस्ट करने में हेल्प करता है? सलाइवा हेल्प्स इन डाइजेशन ऑफ starch. So the correct answer you will have is option A. The next question after this, which of these are also called as food factories of the plant? Which part is also referred to as the food factories of the plant? Plant की food factory हम किसको कहते हैं? Okay, the food factories of the plant. Leaves, stem, roots and flowers. So question is very simple. The part of plant that will help in this production of food, उसी को हम कहेंगे food factory of the plant. अगर कोई food produce ही नहीं कर रहा है, so why will call it food factory? So food factory of the plant हम कहते हैं leaves को. Leaves are called as the food factories of the plant. Okay. Now in addition, leaves synthesize food in which form? Plants produce food in the form of glucose. For the production of food, chlorophyll, the green color pigment, is very essential. So these two things we have to keep in mind. Yes, okay, yes, plants synthesize food in the form of glucose and chlorophyll is very much essential over here. Next is, which of the following is not needed for photosynthesis? Iodine solution, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water in order to फॉर फोटोसिंथेसिस टू टेक प्लेस, अगर किसी भी रिएक्शन में फोटोसिंथेसिस का होना जरूरी है, फोटोसिंथेसिस की रिएक्शन हो रही है, सो विच इज नॉट नीडेड क्लोरोफिल, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, वाटर और iodine solution. Okay, so you have to keep in mind over here. Then when you look at it, iodine solution is not needed at all. What is not needed? फोटोसिंथेसिस के रिक्वायरमेंट में आयोडीन सॉल्यूशन हमको बिल्कुल भी जरूरी नहीं होता है. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिक्वायर्ड है, वाटर रिक्वायर्ड है, क्लोरोफिल इज रिक्वायर्ड, इन एडिशन सनलाइट इज आल्सो रिक्वायर्ड, बट आयोडीन सॉल्यूशन इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड एट ऑल. ओके, next after this, where do plants get carbon dioxide from? Plants get carbon dioxide from soil, sand, leaves or air. From where does plants get carbon dioxide? For the photosynthesis they need carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide comes where? Comes from where? कहाँ से ये carbon dioxide आता है? Okay, you have to mark your answers. Correct, Dhanvi, that's correct. Okay, from where do plants get carbon dioxide? Plants को जो carbon dioxide मिलता है, plants get that carbon dioxide from air. Okay, plants को carbon dioxide कहाँ से मिलता है? Plants get that carbon dioxide from air. Okay. नेक्स्ट वन, व्हाट इज द मेन पर्पस ऑफ द प्लांट्स फ्लावर? प्लांट के जो फ्लावर होते हैं उनका मेन फंक्शन क्या होता है? टू प्रोवाइड सपोर्ट, टू प्रोवाइड वाटर, टू प्रोड्यूस सीड्स और टू प्रोड्यूस फूड. व्हाट इज द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ द प्लांट्स फ्लावर? प्लांट में जो फ्लावर होंगे, फ्लावर का मेन फंक्शन क्या होता है? टू प्रोवाइड सपोर्ट टू द प्लांट, सो दे डू नॉट प्रोवाइड सपोर्ट. They provide water? No, they do not provide water. So what is the main function? Their main function is to produce the seeds. What is the going to be main function of plants flower? Plant में जो flower होते हैं उनका main function होता है they help in the production of seed. वो seeds को produce करने में help करते हैं. Okay, so we study inside the flower, the parts of flower, petals, sepal, androecium, gynoecium, and the result after that is the formation of seeds. सीड्स कहाँ पे प्रेजेंट होते हैं? सीड्स आर प्रेजेंट इनसाइड द फ्रूट्स. ओके, वेयर आर सीड प्रेजेंट? सीड्स हमेशा कहाँ प्रेजेंट होते हैं? दे आर प्रेजेंट इनसाइड ऑफ द फ्रूट. नेक्स्ट वन, प्लांट्स अपटेक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड फ्रॉम एटमॉस्फेयर फॉर. क्विकली यू कैन टेल द आंसर्स इन चैट बॉक्स ओनली. प्लांट्स अपटेक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड फ्रॉम एटमॉस्फेयर फॉर. एटमॉस्फेयर से प्लांट्स कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को क्यों कलेक्ट करते हैं? फॉर फोटोसिंथेसिस. करेक्ट, अभी हमने इसका रिवाइज किया था. ओके, द नेक्स्ट ऑफ द फॉलोइंग 48th क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ द ब्रेन? व्हाट इज द मेन फंक्शन ऑफ द ब्रेन? ब्रेन का मेन फंक्शन क्या होगा? थिंकिंग, रेगुलेशन, बैलेंसिंग द बॉडी और ऑल ऑफ दीज. व्हाट इज द मेन फंक्शन? The brain is responsible for thinking, regulation, balancing the body, or all of these. Okay, so for this question, if you look at it, the correct answer is going to be all of them. Brain thinking के लिए भी no, sorry, not all of them. Sorry. The right answer is brain is responsible for thinking. Okay, balancing the body, body balance के लिए we have different organ. Okay, ears का function होता है body balance, regulation, the heartbeat. So right answer here is okay, option A, thinking. Thinking यहाँ पे correct होगा. Okay, next one. Because we studied balancing the body is a function of ears. Okay. Good evening, Rishikesh. How many pair of ribs are found in human beings? Human beings में कितने pair of ribs होते हैं? How many pair of ribs are there in humans? 12 pair of ribs, 10 pair of ribs, 14 pair of ribs, or are there 11 pair of ribs? Rib cage we see here. If you will have a look, so आपकी body में जो bones present होते हैं rib cage में, what is the number of bones in rib cage? Very good. 11. 11 of you marked correctly here. The right answer is human beings have 12 pair of ribs. Humans में कितने pair of ribs होते हैं? Humans always have 12 pair of ribs. The next question, in a human being or in a human skeleton, how many bones are there? एक human skeleton में कितने bones होते हैं? How many bones are there in a human skeleton? How many bones are there? 126, 206, 200 or 220? How many bones will be there? Good. A human skeleton has 206 bones. Okay. So here we have completed the 50 questions from the relation between plants and animals. उसके हमने almost नहीं, पूरे ही 50 questions जो हैं solve कर लिए. 206 in adults, correctly said. Okay, there are 206 bones in the skeletal system of an adult. Okay, so आज की class सब हम first class will stop it here only. Okay, you marked C by mistake. Yes, I realized that. Okay, अब ना, so 206 bones हमको यहाँ पे याद रखना है. So these were very basic questions, but once again very important questions from the perspective of your exam. Okay, and this class now we will be summing up here, and next class again we will meet. Okay, it ended automatically, Vignesh. I didn't ended it. It ended on its own. Okay, yes, more questions are there, Ashrama. Okay, but timing is not there. Okay, so next class जो होगी हमारी, उस next class में we will be solving the questions further. So we'll be summing up this class. Okay everyone, and bye everyone. Good night.